Hi, our names are Jake Maxwell.
And Robert Holder, we will be informing the audience about the weapons used in the First World War. There were many different types of weapons used in World War I, but we decided to narrow down and only talk about a few of them. We will be talking about the Lee Enfield rifle, the flamethrower, mortars, and the use of mustard gas in World War I.
The Lee Enfield.
The next one we will be talking about is the flamethrower. This was a weapon of great innovation created by the Germans. The concept of said weapon is to spread fire via the launching of burning fuel. The flamethrower, also called the Flammenwerfer by the Germans, was first used during World War I when Germany attacked the British at Hoog in Flanders. The usage of this weapon proved both terrifying and destructive to the British, who lost nearly 800 men during the attack. With the success of the flamethrower at Hoog, the German army used this weapon for more attacks on all fronts. The flamethrowers would typically be used in groups of 6, with each machine being worked by 2 different soldiers. The British had begun working on their own version of the flamethrower before the Somme offensive. 4 models were created and placed in a trench in an area known as No Man's Land, just yards from the German line. In addition, the French created a flamethrower known as the Schild that would rival the German flamethrower. The French flamethrower was used in trench attacks during 1917 and 1918. On a side note, the Germans created a lightweight flamethrower known as the Wex that could self-ignite.
The next weapon on the list is the use of mortars in World War I. Mortars are short, stubby tube that were shot at a steep angle in the air so that they would fall straight down into enemy trenches. Once the mortar hit the ground, it caused an explosion that would kill or injure groups of people. It was an artillery weapon used for mass destruction and was a huge advantage for the Germans in the beginning of World War I. These mortars came in different sizes, a small, medium, and a large mortar. Although the Germans were the people who began using mortar, it did not take long for the British and the Allies to catch up to the Germans and surpass them with superior mortar artillery. This piece of equipment was called the Stokes mortar and was created by Sir Wilfrid Stokes. It was created to be a lighter and more efficient mortar so that you could shoot more per minute but still have each mortar do great damage. The Stokes mortar also came in three sizes: the small, 2 inches in diameter, the medium, 3 inches in diameter, and the heavy mortar, 9 inches in diameter. The heavy mortar was also known as the Flying Pigs. The Stokes mortar was made for and used by the British Army as well as the Allies. The tactics behind the use of mortar is what made them so special. They were shot at places like barriers, potential sniper positions, trenches, and machine gun posts. The mortars were so beneficial to the armies in this war because they were very easy to transport from place to place. They were designed for this purpose because to use mortars, they only need to carry around mortars and the pipes that they fit down into fire. Just carrying those things and extra firing tubes, the infantry would be set and ready to blow up anything or anyone in its path. Mortars were so beneficial because they were used in places where flying artillery could not be used. These were some of the best weapons used in World War I because they were accurate, deadly, and versatile.
The final weapon that we will be discussing is chemical gas. This weapon was first used in 1915 by the German army while they were fighting in the trenches of Ypres, Belgium. Armed with 6,000 cylinders of the gas, the Germans destroyed the French line of defense while killing and wounding thousands of Algerian and French troops. The level of destruction laid upon the French army was terrifying, as the French had never witnessed the type of warfare prior to this attack. This was the first time in history that a weapon of mass destruction had ever been used during the commission of warfare. The manner in which the gas affected its victims was devastating. Any contact with mustard gas could lead to blindness as well as vomiting and severe inflammation of the skin. In addition to physical effects, the soldiers would spend time in the trenches in constant fear of gas attacks, therefore creating a psychological effect. Recovery time from a gas attack can range from 1 to 2 months. Again, chemical attacks were highly devastating as well as terrifying due to no one having witnessed such a weapon being used prior to the war.